Before he became The Rock, Dwayne Johnson was a failed football player with $7 in his pocket. How did he go from a penniless jabroni to the most electrifying man in entertainment? This is the evolution of Dwayne Johnson. Before he fought Steve Austin, scorpions, and skyscrapers, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was fighting for his life during the early years. On May 2nd, 1972, Dwayne Douglas Johnson was born into a wrestling dynasty. His Samoan grandfather competed as the High Chief Peter Maivia, while his father, Soulman Rocky Johnson, was one half of WWE's first black tag team champions. Dwayne, or Dewey as his mom called him, spent much of his youth on the road as a result of his dad's career. His family moved at least 13 times as they struggled to make ends meet, and as a result of the instability, Dwayne found himself in constant hot water as a teen, like taking part in a theft ring, hitting up luxury stores, and getting expelled from high school after his first and last real fight. After being evicted from their Hawaii apartment when Dwayne was just 14, his mother Eta attempted suicide. She walked out into the middle of highway traffic, but luckily her son was there to pull her to safety. After the incident, Dwayne was determined to provide a better life for his family, and he figured the best way to do that was to get big and strong and play football in the NFL. Fortunately for him, that never quite worked out, because for Dwayne Johnson, fate had a different plan. Johnson received a football scholarship to the University of Miami, but his dreams of NFL glory were shattered when a knee injury placed him on the sidelines. Dwayne was passed over for the draft and had to settle for the Canadian Football League, where he made a measly $250 a week. He was forced to share a 2-bedroom apartment with 3 other players, eating ramen noodles and sleeping on a filthy mattress he found ditched outside a pay-by-the-hour motel. At the age of 23, Dwayne was cut from the team and returned home with only $7 in his pocket, a figure that would stick with him for life and inspire the name of his later business venture, $7 Productions. Instead of spending the rest of his life as a down-on-his-luck jabroni, Johnson decided to follow in his family tradition of pro wrestling, and while his father was initially reluctant, the Soul Man agreed as long as he could personally show his son the ropes. After his training was complete, Dwayne was scouted by WWE, and in 1996, he debuted on TV as a happy-go-lucky good guy named Rocky Maivia, a combination of his father and grandfather's ring name. A smiling, cheerful babyface might have gone over well in the 80s, but the 90s crowds demanded a little more attitude. They chanted, "Rocky sucks," and "Die, Rocky, die."
In arenas across the country, I heard chants of "Rocky sucks." Well, Rocky Maivia is a lot of things, but sucks isn't one of them.
So he took their hatred and turned it into the arrogant heel character that made him a megastar. Not only was The Rock a stellar in-ring athlete, but his charismatic promos and knack for coining catchphrases skyrocketed him to the top of WWE during their greatest boom period. After conquering the world of pro wrestling, The Rock was eager to share his talent with an even bigger audience, but in his first forays in Hollywood, the Brahma Bull was a box office bomb. The Rock first dipped his toes into acting during his original WWE run, hosting SNL on the eve of WrestleMania 2000, playing his father on an episode of That 70s Show, and an intergalactic gladiator who suplexed 7 of 9 on Star Trek. His first major role was in The Mummy Returns, where he played the villainous Scorpion King. Things were looking great for the Great One. He was paid $5 million for a Scorpion King spinoff, but his next few action movies like Walking Tall, Doom, and The Rundown failed to set the box office on fire, and by the late 2000s, he was stuck in a string of cheesy family films. Playing the Tooth Fairy was probably the last straw.
There's gotta be a way to postpone this, like jury duty. I'm sure up here you have fairy duty.
So Rock had a meeting with his agents and said, "I want you to make me Will Smith, only bigger." They couldn't smell what The Rock was cooking, so he snagged some new representation who landed him a career-making role in Fast 5. After the shakeup, Johnson's career took off like a lightning bolt, but he never forgot his roots. The same year his presence helped revitalize the Fast and Furious franchise, The Rock returned to the ring for a dream match against John Cena at WrestleMania 28. The bout was billed as once in a lifetime, so naturally they had a rematch the very next year. And not only did The Rock lose his WWE title, he suffered a brutal groin injury during the match, forcing him to bump back shooting his starring role in Hercules by 2 months, costing the production millions. That's why, even though he's not officially retired, I wouldn't expect to see him back in the squared circle anytime soon. At this point, he can't risk derailing a billion-dollar blockbuster. Johnson is the highest paid, highest grossing actor in Hollywood after all, whose global fame has solidified his status as the people's champ. After San Andreas established Johnson as a solo star who could carry his own franchise, his team-ups with Kevin Hart provided him with the perfect comedic foil.
Get the out of the way.
I don't walk. Oh, I'm so big. Drive me. I'm The Rock. I'm the biggest box office movie star.
And his hit HBO show Ballers brought him back to the small screen. The entire entertainment industry smells what The Rock is cooking. Today, Johnson makes so many movies that even his duds like Baywatch are completely forgotten among massive hits like Jumanji. But in between filming movies, surprising his fans, and clanging and banging in the Iron Paradise, Dwayne still finds time to spend with his partner Lauren Hashian and his 3 daughters, Simone, Jasmine, and Tiana Gia. The Rock's charisma, dedication, and boundless energy has made Dwayne Johnson one of Hollywood's few remaining megastars. Someone who could sell you a movie ticket just by having their name on the poster. From the SmackDown Hotel to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Dwayne Johnson has overcome hardship and heartbreak to truly earn the title of the Great One. Thanks for watching The Evolution of. We'd love to know who you want to see covered in future installments, so leave a comment below. And while you're down there, please subscribe to Now This Entertainment.